Hello, everyone. How are you? This is Dr. Cruz, and welcome to your Success Minute with Dr. Cruz. So, today, let's get right to it. Today, I want to talk to you how to maintain being the cause in your life and not the effect during this coronavirus pandemic that everybody is experiencing right now. Okay? So, how can you maintain being the cause in your life as opposed to being the effect? Which in essence means, how do you maximize your superpowers during a time period like this, right? How can you take your ordinary abilities and really maintain peace, calm, awareness, and let this situation be to your advantage as opposed to your disadvantage? How do we do that, right? All right, so first and foremost, let's review. We know some of the safety precautions that we need to take, right? We're going to continuously keep our hands clean when we touch things, right? So if you are at a gas station and you get gas, you want to make sure, if you have a Lysol wipe down your gas pump, right? And then afterwards use some hand sanitizer or go into the restroom and wash your hands off, okay? Additionally, from washing your hands, you want to keep your hands away from your face, right? We know that. We want to continue social distancing. Don't attend events with multiple people. Don't allow yourself to be exposed to being very close to people's faces. You want to stay at least 3 or 4 feet away. So we know some of the precautions that we need to take, right? Now, how do we go next level, right? What do we do? This is basic fundamental stuff, right? So next level would be, I would suggest for you to, after you get your information, daily, weekly, however often you get informed about the coronavirus and the policies that are being made, how it's affecting your life and your career and all these situations, disconnect from it. Disconnect from it, okay? Because if you have a continuous loop feeding you from the media, from social media, from your family, friends, and everybody else, it's going to cause anxiety and these reactionary emotions because it's overload, right? Too much of anything is not healthy for you. So I want to encourage you to disconnect from the incoming stimuli. Disconnect so that you can shift into being the cause of your life as opposed to the effect. If you have incoming, and you're constantly receiving, you're going to become reactionary, which means you're the effect. If you just receive information and then cut it off and then take command of your own mind and say, okay, these are some things I'm going to do and these are some things I'm not going to do, then you, as a command over yourself, command person, then you are the cause, okay? You always want to be in control of your own mind. All right, so what does that mean? That means, for instance, you want to use some of this time that you're isolating to benefit yourself, right? So do more meditation. Take your dogs on more walks in nature. Allow yourself to go in nature and do your own walks, right? Take this time to do things that will benefit your life. That's the goal, right? Benefit your own life. Don't let it control you. You control you so that this benefits your own life. All right, so next level, what does that mean? How do we do that? Right? Which is the essence of what maximize your superpowers means. It means, how do you take your natural abilities and resources and situations and position them and use them so ultimately you get the benefit, right? All right, so this is a really great time now that you have some downtime, or you create some downtime for yourself, to think to yourself, okay, how can I get in a position so that if something like this ever happens again, I'm in a better situation? For me, it comes down to two things. It comes down to the peace of God in my spirit and increasing ways to make money in my life, right? So during this time, figure out what you can take advantage of in this moment so that you can receive revenue from it, right? So if you're educated and if you're interested in the stock market, basically for any time of adversity, there's always an opportunity. And if you have the mentality like that and you're into the stock market, you can look into the stock market and see, okay, what do I think I should be doing right now in the stock market so that I ultimately benefit and not be one of the masses who don't, right? So there's people in the world who things happen to them, and there are other people in the world who make things happen for themselves. It's two different mindsets, okay? So outside of the stock market, you could just think of entrepreneurial opportunities. In this moment, what entrepreneurial opportunities are presenting themselves for you, right? You have to think differently, okay? All right, so in addition to that, also look at the policies that are being created and ask yourself, how can these policies benefit me in this moment? How can I take advantage of them in an ethical way? So number one, to my understanding, I don't know, I haven't done my own research, so I recommend that you do your own research always. There is a delay in student loan interest right now. So if you have student loans, really focus on being grateful for that, right? Shift your energy into gratitude for the things that are happening for you. So if you get a delayed in student loan interest, let's say right now student loan interest is halted until an unknown further time period, really appreciate that. Really feel gracious for that. Also, I believe I heard that if you owe taxes or if you, if you owe taxes, if you owe the IRS, there potentially is a 90-day kind of grace period where you're not going to be charged any fees, something like that. So look into that. See if that is applicable to you and does it benefit you. Don't just be in worry and chaos. Focus your mind. Take control of your own mind and shift into how do I allow this chaotic moment to benefit me. Okay? Take walks in nature with your animals. That's what I did yesterday. It was the most peaceful thing I had experienced in a long time. All right? Other things is just decide to look on the bright side of things. Don't just live in the negative energy of fear and chaos. Decide, I want to look on the bright side of things. It's a personal decision for yourself. Okay? This is how you stay the cause of your life. You take command. You take kind of the proactive stance for your own life. How do I make this yucky situation help me come out on top when it's all over? That's a powerful mindset. Okay? Ultimately, what I like is living in faith. Living in faith so that I live in peace. So that means I have to deliberately put things into my mind that keep me living in faith and peace. And so I want to help you today with that. I came across these Bible verses. I have found, as a side note, I found that people that do not have a spiritual relationship, they struggle with problems in life more often because they're trying to deal with everything as a human being. And sometimes you can't. Sometimes you have to let go of some stuff, right? You have to forgive. You have to accept. You have to dismiss. You have to disconnect. You have to say, this has no value to me. You have to say, the Lord says, vengeance is mine. There are some things you have to just walk away from. And so through my spiritual growth and through my spiritual relationship, I have found that my life is very much more peaceful when I live by certain principles. Okay? All right. So for you, Colossians 3:15 says, let the peace of Christ rule in your hearts, since as members of one body, you are called to peace and thankfulness. It's very powerful. Did you know you were called to peace? All right, Galatians 5:22 says, "But the fruit of the Spirit is love, joy, peace, forbearance, kindness, goodness, faithfulness." So live by the fruit of the Spirit, okay? Don't live in fear and chaos and anxiety and disruption and anger and panic. Choose not to be that person. Choose to say, you know what, I want to live by the fruits of the Spirit. So no matter what I'm doing, am I ensuring that I'm not hurting the spirit of another person? Am I maintaining my own fruits of love, joy, peace, forbearance, kindness, goodness, and faithfulness? And that's self-accountability, right? So Hebrews 12:14 says, "Make every effort to live in peace with everyone and to be holy." 1 Peter 3:11 says, "They must turn from evil and do good. They must seek peace and pursue it." These are so powerful. When you live your life with these tenets of, I must turn from evil and do good. Evil can take many forms, right? Evil can be passive. Evil can be very active. It can be blatant. It can be, kind of undercover. And so right now, sometimes the media feeds us so much that is fear-based. That can be a form of evil because it takes us off path from from faith and peace. All right, 1 Peter 5:7 says, "Cast all your anxiety on him," God, "because he cares for you." 1 Thessalonians 5:15 says, "Make sure that nobody pays back wrong for wrong, but always strive to do what is good for each other and for everyone else." This is really important in this time period for our neighbors. So there was an apartment complex I was in the other day, and on the wall, one of the tenants in the apartment complex put up a note and just said, "Hey, listen, I don't have an abundance of toilet tissue, but I do have some extra. So if you find that you're in need of toilet tissue, please let me know. Come to my apartment and leave me a note, and I'll bring you some." So that's very neighborly, right? So in this particular Bible verse, 1 Thessalonians 5:15, it's saying, "But always strive to do what is good for each other and for everyone else." So take your focus off of yourself, right? This is a good opportunity. Take your focus off of yourself. If you're fine, look around, open your eyes, change your focus, and say, who can I help in this moment? Who can I offer assistance to? Okay. Last but not least, Philippians 4:7 says, "And the peace of God, which transcends all understanding, will guard your hearts and your mind in Christ Jesus." And the peace of God, which transcends all understanding. Transcends means rises above and goes beyond, right? There's so many great Bible verses here. Psalms 29:11, "The Lord gives strength to his people. The Lord blesses his people with peace." So just stay encouraged to have peace in your spirit, okay? Don't allow the media, your community, your environment, your peers, your coworkers, your family members, don't allow them to stress you out. Disconnect, okay? Disconnect. At some point, after you get the basic information, okay, you're informed, now disconnect and go into your own life and be the cause for your peace, for your stability, for your health, for your ability to say, okay, how can I maximize my superpowers in this moment so that when it's all over, I actually came out ahead of everybody else. And it's not really about everybody else. So you could just say, how did I come out ahead of my own life? Okay? Take advantage of things that are happening in this moment to benefit you. That's how you maximize your superpowers. Always stay focused on being proactive for yourself and for your community, and live by the fruits of the Spirit, because it's all goodness. Whether you believe in God or you don't believe in God, or you believe in a creator, you don't believe in a creator, just the fruits of the Spirit, which are good. Okay? And if you don't remember what they were, let's see what this Bible verse was so that I can, Galatians 5:22. You can read that and be reinformed. The fruits of the Spirit are love, joy, peace, forbearance, kindness, goodness, and faithfulness. All right? Okay, so I'm Dr. Cruz. Thank you for hanging with me. If you'd like a free copy of Maximize Your Superpowers, go to my website, capricruz.com. Put your information in and I'll send you one, okay? Always, always, always maximize your superpowers in your life. This is your life. You don't have to be the effect. Please don't be the effect. Stand up, be alert, be in control, be proactive, and be the cause of your emotions, your mindset, your life experience. All right? Until next time, thank you very much. Take care of yourselves and be at peace.